So today we are going to practice what we have learned in the previous videos in R itself. This video is in continuation of the last video on flow control statements. Now let's again print the employee data to talk about the while loop. Okay. So what happens in while loop is, in if statement, what we have seen is that a statement will run only once when the condition is met. In case of while loop, the statement will keep running till the condition is met. Suppose I mentioned a condition. Let's take an example and see what it is about. Okay, so I have written a while statement and within brackets I have mentioned a condition. Condition is row 1 and column 5, sorry. So row 1, column 5, its entry should be less than 5 lakh, which it is. And when the condition is true, it will print the name column again. So if I do this, what will happen? So you can see this statement is running and running. It is not stopping. It will run infinitely until you stop. So here I have the stop button. I'm interrupting R and I'm stopping this. Okay. Now I have again got this command. So this is what happens with while loop. Till the condition is met, the statement will keep running. What to do if you want to run the statement when the condition is met, but you want to run it only one time? So in that case, you can use break command. Okay, here I have used the break command. Now let's see what will happen. Now you can see that only one time the command has run. Now before we go any further, let's again print the data frame. Okay, now let's print the data frame again. Now what actually happens that while using when we use while loop, we generally give it a variable which and its value should keep increasing in a way that your loop ends at a particular time. For example, here I have given that the value of I variable is 1. I have assigned this value 1 to variable I. Okay, now I have given the while statement, and in this condition you will see that I have not mentioned the row. I have only given it the value I, which is 1. Okay, it will automatically say 1, and I have given the condition it should be less than 4 lakhs. And then I have asked it to print the employee data of all the rows of all the columns which have the row which already have a row value. Okay, and at the end I am actually increasing the value of I by 1. So why I am doing this, that first thing, it will iterate all the rows. Second thing, if any row have a value that is not less than 4 lakh, it will just stop. The while loop will stop. Okay, so if we can see that at the fifth row, we will see that the while loop should stop, and it should only give me 4 entries, because at the fifth entry I am getting a condition, I am getting a value because of which the condition is not met. Let's run this. Okay, so it has given me 4 entries. So what is actually happening in this? Let me explain first, then we will go further. Yes. So what will happen? First, the value of I was 1. Okay. So according to that, when I enter that employee data should have row I, so I am saying that the value of I is 1, so the value of row is 1, and column was 5. Okay, and then I'm going to print the same I'm going to print that particular row. Okay, that I have written here, it will actually take the value of I as 1. Okay, that it will print the first row. Okay, now what will happen? By the end of it, I have also said that the I value of I should be incremented by 1. So what will happen? While we are ending the loop, value of I will increase to 2. So it will go back to that. Since value of I is 2 now, Now the employee data table, which we are now, what will happen that the condition we have mentioned, it will also take row value as 2 and column value as 5. Okay, and what it will do that it will see that the column at that this particular value, that is at row 2 and column 5, it is less than 4 lakhs. So what it will do, it will again print, but again this time the value of I will become 2, so it will print the second row. Now by the end of the second loop, value of I will again increase to 3. Okay, according to this command. Fine. So again it will do the same thing. It will give the value of I as 3. In the start of the loop, it will again check the condition that the value is less than 4, and now it will print the third row. Okay, the same thing will happen now. What will happen by the end of the third while loop, the value of I will again increase. Now it will become 4. Okay, now after that the condition will have row 4 and column 5, that is this value. Now this value this condition is satisfied still, so now it will print the fourth row. Okay, by the end of this loop, the value of I will again increase. Now it will make I is equal to 5. Now what will happen, value of I here will change as 5 and 5. Now you will see that the condition is not met, it is not less than 4 lakh. So what will happen, it won't do anything that is present in the while loop, and it will just come out of this whole loop. Okay, this is how it will work. So what we can do if we want to skip a particular line, so I will write the same command where I will give the same command. I will tell if I want to skip a particular row. Okay, here what I have done, I have given a condition within the while loop. If this particular row that we are checking, the particular entry, if it is less than 3 lakhs, then what will happen, I will increase by value of 1, and it will use the statement next will what it will do, that next statement will automatically skip this statement. It won't do anything, it won't go to the rest of the code, it will just go back to the first line. And here we have already mentioned that the value of I has increased by 1. Okay, otherwise what will happen, if this if condition is not met, then it will print the row and it will again increase the value of I by 1. So let's run this and we will see the results. So at first the results were 4 entries. Now let's run this, and now you can see there are only 3 entries, because we have said previously you were getting this entry as well. No, but we have mentioned that this entry, if you get any entry greater than 3 lakhs, you have to skip this entry by using the next statement. Now you will ask that I have mentioned twice that the value of I should increase by 1. So the purpose is that suppose the while loop will start running. Okay, what will happen, it will first go to the if statement. If the if statement is not met, then it will jump to these two statements. But what if statement is met? What it will do, if I don't write that value of I is equal to 1, so it will skip this statement, it will then go back to the while statement. Since we have not increased the value of I, it will again take the same value. Let's run this. Okay, we have already run this, right? Okay, this we will run. So now what will happen, only the first row will be printed. That's all for today. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.